Hi, I'm Jan Foreman. Happy New Year and welcome to Daily Hope. Today in Ecclesiastes chapter 10, Solomon has some wise words for us as we enter 2022. Here in chapter 10, he makes a few observations, and the first one is that folly happens. As dead flies give perfume a bad smell, so a little folly outweighs wisdom and honor. The heart of the wise inclines to the right, but the heart of the fool to the left. Even as he walks along the road, the fool lacks sense and shows everyone how stupid he is. Folly happens when people lack long-range vision, when we repeatedly make selfish, in-the-moment choices that hurt ourselves and others. As Forrest Gump famously said, stupid is as stupid does. Therefore, Solomon continues, foolish-minded folks should not be leaders. In verse 5, there's another evil I've seen under the sun. Kings and rulers make a grave mistake when they give great authority to foolish people and low positions to people of proven worth. My first real job was swatch room coordinator for a department store, and my only responsibility was to sit in a closet-sized room and wait for the phone to ring with a swatch number from the designer, and then I would simply pull that swatch and walk it down the hall to the designer's desk. I had no idea what the swatch was for or what any of the other departments on the other floors did. Now imagine if I were put in charge of that department store. Then Solomon shows us what foolish leadership can do and look like in verse 16. What sorrow for the land ruled by a servant, the land whose leaders feast in the morning. Happy is the land whose king is a noble leader, whose leaders feast at the proper time to gain strength for their work and not get drunk. Years ago, there was a famous marshmallow test in which young children were given a single marshmallow to eat, but told if they waited, they'd be rewarded with two. And so the test was measuring delayed gratification versus an impatient living in the moment mindset. And after several years of following those kids, it was learned that the kids who could wait had better outcomes in general. So folly is eating that first marshmallow. And Solomon describes these people as servants, foolish servants. They're like entry-level employees who just simply do what's right in front of them. He's not degrading people who serve or have a simple job description. His point is they haven't been trained with increased responsibility, and they don't see the big picture. They don't connect their actions to long-range consequences. Think of a immature adolescent who's been coddled and now becomes this unwise adult who lacks basic life skills. In other words, good leaders don't just do what feels good in the moment, like feast in the morning. They have a big picture view of what's best in the long run. Work first, feast later. Hold off on eating that first marshmallow because there's a better outcome with delayed gratification. Now, what about our cultural moment as we welcome a new year? How can Solomon's words speak to me? We are in a live in this moment society. We celebrate random, spontaneous actions that meet our individual needs. You do you, I'll do me, and if it feels good, do it. And honestly, I don't always feel like making wise choices. Getting up 20 minutes early to go to the gym, not eating the donut, apologizing, admitting I'm wrong. But Solomon warns, if a man is lazy, the rafters sag. If his hands are idle, the house leaks. So just doing what feels good in the moment isn't good for me or the others in the long run. Also, because of the uncertainty of these times, I can believe that I need to eat that marshmallow now. Make more money, get more stuff, be more popular, doing whatever is expedient for me right now. But is that a wise life plan? What is the point? As the Cheshire Cat said to Alice in Wonderland, it doesn't much matter which way you go if you don't know where you're going. And to live without a purpose or plan is what Solomon calls throughout this book a meaningless life. But New Year's invites us to have a meaningful life, to take a long look down the road, to fly at 30,000 feet and ask, where do I want to be next year at this time? Do I want to be a swatch room coordinator? Maybe if that's God's purpose, but I mean just reacting to people and things around me and in that sense. Ecclesiastes 10:10 encourages me to be smarter, to be wise. If the axe is dull and its edge unsharpened, more strength is needed, but skill will bring success. Don't just work harder being busy. A dull axe is like not knowing my purpose. I'm exhausted by activities, but what am I really doing that is meaningful, that is fulfilling God's purpose for my life? So getting skill means getting wisdom, having sharper focus of why I'm here. Who do I want to be? Who does God want me to be? And what's really important? True life is unpredictable. In verse 9, Solomon says, whoever quarries stones may be injured by them. Whoever splits logs may be endangered by them. So much is out of my control, and we can certainly feel that way after 2021. But how I respond to my circumstances, especially how I respond to people, is completely in my control. So if folly is acting selfishly in the moment, then wisdom patiently loves others well with that end in sight. And Paul in Philippians 1:9 says this so well. This is my prayer, that your love may abound more and more in knowledge and depth of insight, so that you may be able to discern what is best. And that's a great definition of wisdom. Having smart love. A wise, meaningful life is the ability to love others intentionally, even in a world that feels upside down and chaotic. And there's a related quality that goes beyond delayed gratification, just not eating the marshmallow, and that is sacrificial love. Jesus didn't just live selfishly in the moment, but he loved us until he bought our salvation on the cross. Who, for the joy set before him, endured the cross. Thank God for his smart love that never wavered, that kept going and didn't react angrily in the moment to my sin. And that's the perspective I want to have in this new year, to further know God's patient love that took a long view for me so that I could be with him forever. And then to share that wise love with others in the days of 2022. And that will turn a meaningless year into a meaningful lifetime with an eternal purpose. Happy New Year. And now I hope I see you this weekend, tomorrow, Sunday, for services at 8:45 and 10:45 and 6 o'clock, or join us online. God bless you.